In this video, I'm going to be nuzlocking another Gen 5 ROM hack, but not really. This is Pokémon Moon Black 2 by J.R. Fort and Aster. It takes a similar approach to Blaze Black 2, bringing in harder trainers, more Pokémon, and a revamped story. This game brings in Pokémon all the way up to Gen 7, as well as a Sun and Moon storyline. This is my journey through Pokémon Moon Black 2. Just a heads up, this was only my first blind attempt on normal mode, so I will be playing this again in challenge mode. Starting at home, we gotta find Bianca to find our starters, but they're looking quite different. Since we do go up to Gen 7, the starters are from Sun and Moon. I really don't know how difficult this game is going to be, so I just choose my favorite starter, Poplio. But we can see more of the Gen 7 Pokemon as I head out to the next few routes and catch a Yungoos for my team. As I go further north, I run into Slackoth, and up at Flockacy Ranch, I can get a Rockruff before I enter the battle with my rival, Gladion. Gladion has a Rockruff himself, which I swap into Poplio for to take out with a Water Gun. For a starter Rowlet, I bring in my Yungoos and hit stab tackles for massive damage, and a few more tackles does the job and wins the battle. After beating Gladion, I noticed something new in our bag, a Rockruff band. I can give the band to Rockruff and immediately evolve it into Lycanroc Dusk. Heading back to Aspertia, I find out that the gym leader is now actually us, or Nate in the past. His team doesn't have a specialty, leading a Scyther for his first Pokemon. Rockthrow immediately one-shots his lead, bringing out a Growlithe. I howl to boost my attack, and Rockthrow on the next turn knocks it out. He sends out his ace Pokemon Type Null. I try to hit a Rockthrow, but we end up missing, giving the Type Null a free boost to its attack. I swap out to Slackoth, but we get pursued and barely live on 2 HP. They swagger my Slackoth, getting me confused, and hit a massive Air Lace to knock it out. They swagger again into my Yungoos, which boosts my attack, and we hit through the confusion to land a boosted tackle, nearly taking it out. Nate potions up his Type Null, and we land a second tackle to knock it out, getting me the victory. That battle was a little sticky to navigate through, and that's only the first gym. You can probably imagine how hard this game is once we get deeper into the run. Bianca congratulates me and tosses me the TM for return. With the increased level cap, Poplio evolves into Brionne, and I can move on to Verbank City, where I'm gifted a free Squirtle. Verbank Complex has Dark Grass, which gives me an Alolan Grimer, a direct upgrade to Cantonian Grimer. And since this complex is split into 2 regions, I'm gonna allow myself to get a second encounter here, just like in Blaze Black 2. Okay, so this is, I believe it's Unova Coughing. Steel Poison type with Levitate. It's correct. With 6 members on my team, I bust through the trainers in the Underground Concert and evolve my Yungoos in the meantime. Roxy rocks a team of poison Pokemon. Leading with her Alolan Grimer, I send out my Unova Coughing. Normally what makes Roxy hard is having to deal with poison, but since my Coughing is a perfect counter, I hit Grimer with 6 smoke screens to minimize his attack, then swap to Lycanroc. Then I can howl 6 times to maximize my own attack. Rockthrow can one-shot Grimer and Krogunk, but not the Toxapex that comes out. I go for a bite to get it to low health, which puts it in citrus range, and it decides to hit back with a Toxic. Now I can hit a Retalia and get the Feint on Toxapex. And finally her last Mareanie can't stand a hit and goes down to win me my second batch. After speeding through all of Pokestar Studios, I can meet back up with Roxy at the docks to sail to Castelia City. As I'm walking through the streets of Castelia, I find myself a curious little Pokemon hiding behind a trash bin. Shiny Unovan Cyndaquil. Steel Fire type. I can also head down below to Castelia Sewers, where another little starter is waiting for me. Before doing so, I make sure to clear the sewers of any Skull Grunts and run into Lima, who's the leader of the city. In one of the rooms in the back of the sewers, I can run into another shiny starter. Would you look at that? A shiny Unovan Totodile. Lightning Rod, wow, okay. I can also head into Relic Passage for another encounter. This time an Alolan Geodude, but it has other plans. No! Oh, you went boom! That's okay though, since there's still another encounter up north before... Oh my god, why did I get greedy? Knowing that Yulima is a gym leader, the trainers in this gym all have normal types, which I do still have Typhlosion, Coughing, and Lycanroc to resist. Yulima starts the gym fight with a lone Eradicate, getting the defense drop with a Stab Crunch. On my turn, I pull out a Howl boosted full power return. Wow, that doesn't kill? And why does it keep dropping my defense? I try to pick up the kill, but since I'm playing blind, I didn't see that a quick attack would knock out my Lycanroc. In hindsight, it should have been obvious that Eradicate would have a priority move, but playing through this game blind, I had no way of being sure. Brionne comes in for the revenge kill, but nope, lives on 1 HP to drop my defense again. Did I not kill? Oh my god. Why does it keep dropping my defense? Seeing that a possible adaptability Eevee comes out, I swap to Coughing to resist its stab normal types, but for some reason, a Swift does huge amounts of damage to me even with Eviolite. I pivot to Gumshoes and respond with my own adaptability return for massive damage, which picks up the kill. I can then go to Quilava as I send in their Gumshoes. Ironhead hits hard and easily 1v1s Gumshoe. Alolan Persian barely takes any damage from my Iron Head despite not having great defense. A Life Orb Crunch from their side is not well received, so I swap to Grimer who can crit a return to instantly take it out. His last Pokemon, Smeargle, sketches my return, but we live the hit. Return hits hard and a second hit gets the kill. As Smeargle goes down, I win my third gym back. Pretty unacceptable mistake of losing Lycanroc there. Pretty unacceptable. With Lycanroc dead, we technically lost 4 encounters. The 2 in my box and the 2 that I wasn't able to catch. If I want to play this well as a blind Nuzlocke, I'll need to focus up and lock in. The level cap jumps up again, which gives me room to evolve my Feraligatr. I walk north towards the next few routes and run into Colress, who shows me his genius. Apparently, Colress is the only character to remain unchanged in this game, and is the only character from Unova that transcends into Alola. He's still running his team of electric and steel types. His Magnemite was easily handled by Lightning Rod, and Crunch one-shots the Matang. Rotom gets a confusion with his Signal Beam, so I pivot back to Grimer who can resist the hits, and say goodbye with Poison Fang. Porygon 2 hits a resisted Tri-Attack into Quilava, and Leftovers keeps me healthy as Ironhead proceeds to feint the Porygon. He does have a Unovan Croconaw of his own, but dies to a Stab Adaptability return from Gumshoes. I keep heading up and into Relic Castle, and I finally run into a Yamask for an encounter. I can then head back out to the Desert Resort and pick out a Sandile. Sandile, no Intimidate, no Intimidate. Fuck! If you couldn't tell, I really wanted the Moxie, but that's okay. I cross through Joint Avenue and step foot into Nimbasa City. Similar to Redux, there is a double battle at the train station, which is optional, but this time I do opt to take it. Instead of Ingo and Emmett, we fight against the team leaders Maxie and Archie. We're paired up with Moon and we both lead Intimidate Pokemon. I'm scared of a water move from Crawdaunt, so I swap it in Primarina as Camerupt curses. I Bubble Beam Camerupt to kill, and I swap out to Feraligatr. Torracat goes down to their Bubble Beam and reveals to us a Unovan Bayleaf. Ooh, it's Ice Grass type in this game. Yeah, it looks like it's Ice Grass type in this game. That is sick. Thunderfang misses Crawdaunt, but at least the Bayleaf can pick up our slack and kill with Leaf Tornado. Before I head into the gym, I make sure to enter the side routes to pick out a few more encounters. On the left, Bianca introduces us to the concept of hidden grottos and blesses us with a Froakie, one of the most broken mons in this game. Over on the right side, I run into a Spupa as an encounter, which I accidentally crit and kill. Look, now I know this is Copium, but if it's gonna die like that, then it probably would have died like that when we need to actually rely on it. Going up further north into Losthorn Forest, I come across a familiar face. I don't think you fight me, right? Fuck! Oh my god. This man has a level 40 Mega Sceptile, which is way above the level cap. I pivot out of Primarina and into Weezing, who can land a Sludge Bomb to 2-shot Mega Sceptile. Manectric warrants a swap into Feraligatr, who can at least tank the Fire Fangs and chip away at it with Water Pulses. One of the Water Pulses confused Manectric, but not before it can cure itself with a Lumberry. Brennan potions up to reset our progress, but thankfully, our health is just high enough that we live on 5 HP to knock out Manectric. His final Pokemon is Swellow, which likely has Guts. Dude, I'm edging so hard right now. I'm so hard. I'm just edging death. I'm edging the blackout screen, slowly stroking. Oh my god. Eventually, Work Up Ironheads deals enough damage and eventually digs me out of my grave. After nearly losing the edge, Losthorn Forest offers me a Charjabug, which turns into a powerful glass cannon. I fight through a bunch of electric trainers in the roller coaster theme park, and along the way, I evolve Quilava into Typhlosion. I head on over to the concert stage and find Mallow as a new gym leader. Leading a team of grass types, her Roselia starts out against my Cofagrigus. I immediately swap out into Typhlosion, which is a perfect counter. Spike set up on our field, and I work up once to boost my offense. Flame Wheel crits the Roselia, instantly taking it down. Nuzleaf 2 dies to Flame Wheel, and so does the Sceptile out next. Go-Go does live with Flame Wheel with a Focus Sash, but it misses its own Rock Slide, and we can hit again to kill. Finally, her Leafeon comes out last. It missed everything! They missed everything! The only attacks they were able to get off was the 2 spikes at the start. With 4 badges on hand, I move out to the city, but not before fighting a few Skull Grunts. The Skull Pokemon are under-leveled, so there's no real challenge from them. Right as I'm about to exit Nimbasa, I'm confronted by Ash from the anime, and I think he's gonna lead with a Pikachu. Like I predicted, he led out with his Pikachu. Krokorok digs down to dodge an Iron Tail and hit back on the next turn, but on the way out, Static paralyzes me. Torracat intimidates my Krokorok, so I swap into Primarina to resist the Fire Gem boosted Fire Fang and strike back with a Bubble Beam. His levels aren't so high, so Weezing can 1v1 his Lycanroc, dodging both Stone Edges and finishing the fight with Gyro Balls. After that, Ash hands over a Charizardite Y, a Megastone that allows for permanent Mega Evolution. This actually reminds me that over in Anvil Town, there is someone that gives me a Lucario Knight. I challenge Karina to a battle against her adaptability Mega Lucario. I start with Kofa to burn Lucario, then swap to Primarina as it sets up to +4 Sword Stance. The burn damage is racking up and Bubble Beam knocks it into the red. Karina heals Lucario of its burn, and I swap to Kofa to dodge a Brick Break and land another Will-O-Wisp. I swap to Weezing and it sets up to +6 attack. With this knowledge, we can never die to a non-crit Brick Break and Assurance grants me the victory. Karina gives me a Lucario Knight, which allows for permanent Mega Lucario if I ever find one in the future. Finally, I can head out west from Nimbasa. The biker Charles on Route 5 is weeping and introducing me to the rotation battles against all forms of Lycanroc. Thankfully, an easy counter with Typhlosion. On the drawbridge between Driftville, I pick up a Ducklet. Driftville City is a central hub for items, TMs, and team planning. I walk up the hills and run into Plumeria. She's a poison type specialist back in Sun and Moon, and here she is leading with Gengar. Yeah, we have the level advantage. I'm not concerned. Oh, Quick Claw! Suck it! Suck it! Oh shit, look at that! Okay, that's a Unnovan Arbok. If it's Sandstream, it's probably like ground or rock poison, right? Probably has Earthquake. Let's go to... I swapped to Kofa on the Arbok, and as predicted, Earthquake did come. I pivot into Weezing, who can't be touched by his attacks, and picks up the kill with Gyro Balls. Marini goes down to Feraligator's Thunderbolts and ends the battle. With the battle over, she brings us in and offers to lend us a Wimpod, which of course I'll take. It's a great Pokemon. Heading over west, there's one more thing to do before taking on the gym. Over on the side of the gym, Red and Blue are debating which is stronger, Blastoise or Venusaur. The answer is obviously Venusaur, but since I have a Blastoise on my team already, answering that Blastoise is stronger gets me a Blastoise Knight. I know, permanent Mega Blastoise is crazy. I head on down to fight the trainers and find out that they're all using Electric type Pokemon. This tells me that the leader for this gym is likely Softcleese, the Electric type specialist. I start by digging down and the Ampharos gets a Reflect up to boost its defense. Dig crits through the Reflect to feint it, which brings in a Alolan Graveler. Weird, why'd you go you? I gotta Crunch first to pop its Air Balloon, then I can dig down on the next turn to dodge Double Edge and dig back to knock it out. He brings in his own Unnovan Feraligator. I doubt Crocodile can really kill it, so I pivot into Blastoise to tank Hydro Pumps, revealing Life Orb. Oh my god, it's Life Orb too. Seeing how it's most likely Lightning Rod like my own Feraligator is, I swap in my own to absorb Thunderbolts. I made sure to teach Gator Bulldoze beforehand, which made this matchup one-sided. I also predicted Energy Ball and Vikavolt, so I swap into Typhlosion to take a Bug Buzz. I do outspeed, so 2 hits of Flame Wheel gets a knockout. Shell Bell heals back any health I lose, so finally his last Pokemon is Togedemaru. It can't hit me with anything super effective, so Typhlosion 1v1s and gets the win. Bruh, what are you doing? If you're faster, at least attack me, please. There we go. Well done. Well done. With the victory against Sophocles, I unlock the PWT. After blasting through the mandatory tournament, I'm greeted by the Plasma Frigate over at the docks. Before heading on, I decide to give the Blastoise Knight a go. Permanent Mega Blastoise is pretty broken since it has the ability to hold items, but it doesn't have the Mega Launcher ability, which kinda balances it out. I can also head towards the entrance of Charge Zone Cave, where the odd electric fields lets me evolve my Charjabug into Vikavolt. The Frigate forces me to fight against a bunch of grunts, supporting Nate and Gladion in double battles. After clearing through the group, they kick us off and head out. I go up to the Seasonal Research Lab where Nate's handing me the HM for Surf. This gives me the ability to cross the river and enter Mistralton Cave. I head up top to Guardian Chamber first, where I'm face to face with a Kangaskhan. I'm thinking about the possibility of a Mega Kangaskhan, but I find out from a viewer that there's no Mega Kangaskhan in this game. I head down to the second floor to see what else this case has to offer, but a dust cloud just appears right in front of me and snakes my encounter. Okay, Excadrill. I guess it's Excadrill. Sure, why not? You just inserted yourself into this game. Over in Chargestone Cave, I navigate through and head down to the lowest floor to pick up some useful items. Oh, whoa, did you see that? Oh my god, look at that! Tapu Koko. With everything looted from Chargestone Cave, I can head out the other side and step into Mistralton City. There's still a couple more Pokemon for me to catch before I can move into fighting the gym. Monferno! I will take this! Not gonna be useful for Mina, but I mean, it's a Monferno, guys, come on. Would you like my special Pokemon? Is that a way of like trying to show me your dick or something? No, I'm joking. Meltan evolves at level 40. Oh my god. Once I do enter the gym, I make sure to fight the trainers in Mistralton to see what kind of Pokemon their gym leader will be rocking. As I'm fighting through, I see Mimikyus, Ribombis, and Azumarill, fairy types. I actually do have a decent amount of counters for Mina, I just got a bunch of steel types from the previous 2 routes, so this battle should be a piece of cake. She initiates the fight leading a Wigglytuff. I start with Excadrill for the possibility of sweeping with Swords Dance. I set up my attack, but I didn't see a flamethrower incoming. Ooh, shit. Shit. Ah! Of course. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you burn me? Why wouldn't you burn me? Primarina completely walls my Excadrill, especially with the burn cutting our attack. I swapped to Blastoise to resist, but the Primarina is still dishing out massive damage. I swap into Muck for a better matchup, and Primarina Chesto Restos for recovery. Rest? May cause an issue? I'm Zoom Lens. I'm Zoom Lens just because Gunk Shot is... Wow, you're really Chesto Resto? Are you serious? I tank a huge Hydro Pump into the yellow, and a Zoom Lens boosted Gunk Shot ensures my kill. Alolan Ninetales sets up the hail with Snow Warning, so I swap into Typhlosion. I click on Meteor Mash with the intention of taking it out for dinner, but the Wildlands boosted Meteor Mash is only 85% accurate in this game, which causes me to miss. I have to play into the crit Dark Pulse, which thankfully doesn't punish me, and we can pick up the knockout. With Mawile out, I swap to Crocodile. It could have used Play Rough, but it reveals Thunderfang. EQ hits and knocks it out. Finally, her last Pokemon is Mr. Mime. I protect the Scout and reveal a Dazzling Gleam coming in. I pivot to Weezing to absorb the Gleam, and it sets up a Light Screen, but Sludge Bomb hits big and poisons Mr. Mime. Should have started Mr. Mime earlier because another Sludge Bomb hits and picks up the kill, which gets us another gym badge. I step out of the hangar and Professor Kukui comes out to tell me about Lentamas Town, and that's where I'm headed next. I go to the airport terminal and hop on a plane towards Lentamas. As soon as I land, I immediately head out to Reversal Mountain to catch some encounters. Fuck. I meant to repel. You know what? I'll take a Drapion. I was gonna say, do we take it inside or outside, but I'll take a Drapion. I didn't heal! No! This is going to be my downfall. It was a pain in the ass to navigate their attacks, drop their health, and pivot correctly all at the same time. Live. Fuck! Ah, no! This better be battle armor. That's all I can say. This better be battle armor. At least in the haunted house, I can catch a static Mimikyu that also happens to be shiny. I move on forwards deeper into Reversal Mountain, and Bianca accompanies us to help us out with the double battles. As I'm working my way through, there were a couple sticky situations, but nothing I couldn't really overcome. But at the end of the cave, a pair of notable characters are waiting for me. Serena and Ash team up in a double battle against me, no Bianca. I think this is a double battle, right? Yeah, that's a double battle for sure. It's not just him trying to impress his girlfriend, come on. They start with Pikachu Delphox, and I leave my Drapion Vigavolt. I swap my right side for Gator and crunch the left side. Lightning Rod takes in Volt Tackle and Fire Blast missed. I opt to crunch to finish Delphox and set up an agility with Feraligatr. Serena heals up her Fox, but Pikachu keeps trying to Volt Tackle. With Gator up at +2 special attack, Thunderbolt hits into Fox, which gets the kill. This gives me the free turn to set up a Swords Dance on Drapion. Pangoro from the right side comes out, and T-Bolt hits into it for one shot. Crunch can also hit the Pikachu for an easy kill. Incineroar comes out to intimidate us, but I'm more concerned about the Delcatty Serena just sent out. Whoa, what is that? Unova Delcatty, I guess that's the name. Doesn't really matter though, since it doesn't live past a T-Bolt from Gator. T-Bolt hits the Incineroar as well to knock it out, and Lycanroc in the back also goes down. I step out to Undella Town, where guess what? More encounters. I know there's a rival battle coming up once I try to leave, so I make sure to prep my team well for the fight. I fish in the rippling water and fish up a Love Disc. Is this thing buffed? Nope, it's just as useless as you thought it was. Are you Alright. Undella Bay gives me Octillery, another underwhelming water Pokemon. Bro, are you serious? I walk down to Route 14 and accidentally enter a fight with this Battle Girl. It's a triple battle against all the Unovan forms of the starters, and in trying to get out of the fight, this non-battle armor Drapion gets crit by a T-Bolt and dies. The AI was weird. It revealed Lightning Rod on my Feraligatr previously, so it should not have used an electric move. And yet on the turn I swapped for Vikavolt, it went for it anyway. I don't know. Seeing how I'm losing Pokemon left and right, this route better give me something good. Alright. 2 Absols. The fight against Gladion starts with a stall Umbreon versus Infernape. Close combat does big damage, but not enough to take it out. It toxics me, so I U-turn out and try to kill, but they potion up to heal. I pivot to Vikavolt where Bug Buzz can blow it up and knock it out. Lycanroc is baited out, but Crocodile can come in and bazooka with EQ. They swap into Decidueye, and predicting a grass move, I pivot to Typhlosion unaware that I had Aura Sphere up its sleeve. Oh shit! Of course. Why wouldn't you crit? If anything, it was about time you crit me. I send in Golisopod to set up a Swords Dance, and it goes for Night Days. Oh my god. This is not a Decidueye, is it? This is a Zoroark. I pivot back out to Infernape, and a Night Days drops my accuracy, but I have to play for the win. Close Combat lands in the Zoroark, and Revenge kills. He sends out his Ace type Null, and I don't have a killing range, so I swap the Crocodile to lower its attack. I land EQ taking it down to the yellow, but Crush Claw also takes me into Citrus range. EQ hits and gets the kill. I swap to Infernape on the grass move from Decidueye. I U-turn out to get some chip damage and send in Crocodile back in to drop its attack. Now with some of its HP chipped, it's in Crunch range. Kill with Crunch, please. Fuck, are you serious? Cobra Berry? Live, please fucking live. This was a tough loss. Maybe I could have prepped a better team, but I really can't play any better since it's the first time coming across these Pokemon. I move on forwards to Route 13, and it's a long route that goes all the way up to Lacunosa Town with a bunch of items along the path. But at the end, I see an encounter just sitting in a clearing. Ooh, Buzzwole. Nice. I reach Lacunosa Town, and I'm stopped by Faba and his grunt in a double battle. Gladden helps me out by U-turning Alakazam as I set up Agility. I pivot to Muck as the Umbreon foul plays Zam, and Swallow begins stockpiling. I crunch Hypno for Chip, then pivot to Exca as Umbreon feints the Hypno. Alolan Raichu sets up a Calm Mind, but a Stab Earthquake hits big to kill Raichu and gets Swallow down low. Now we can 2v1 the rest of the Grunts mons and knock out the Crocodile. The next few areas after Lacunosa Town usually has some cracked encounters. If you've made it past here, you're officially in the endgame, and you can recoup some lost encounters in this stretch. Unfortunately for me, the encounters don't start too well with a Beautifly coming in. Wow, I've never encountered more shitty Pokemon. Village Bridge gives a Hawlucha, which is a little better, but a bad nature combined with low IVs prevented me from using it too strategically. The next route over jumps me with another Ultra Beast for an encounter. That's a Xurkitree. Boom. The Grotto on Route 9 has a Golett, so I run over to the grass to pick out a Houndoom. In the gym, they're using an all-fire team, which means that the gym leader is Kiawe. I make sure to pick up any TMs I can get so far, and I head to the box to prep up a team. Heading into the Kiawe fight, the team I have is pretty solid. Kiawe leads an Arcanine against my Greninja. I set up a sub first turn which reveals Solar Beam, and I can set up another sub and use Rain Dance. Greninja's ability Battle Bond works by having different Ash Greninja forms in different weather. That's insane, right? With boosted stats and rain, Surf flushes out the Arcanine. I pivot for Alligator into the Talonflame's Brave Bird, and I click for a rain boosted Surf, but they U-turn out to Alolan Marowak, which gets washed out. He sends in Unova Typhlosion, which is too slow to move, and faints as the rain subsides. Protect reveals a Draco Meteor. Here, I really should have brought Primarina, but Blastoise is my specially bulkiest Pokemon. Draco does half my health, and a White Herb restores its special attack drop. I predict another Draco and a Protect, but now that I'm out of kill range, it goes for a Shell Smash to boost its stats. Shell Smash. How fast is this thing? I think we have to sack something here, right? Draco Meteor kills me here. I think we have to save Blastoise. Yeah, low-key, I think it's Houndoom that's dying. I sack my Houndoom to take a hit and drop the Turtonator's special attack. From here, Surf from Greninja can come in and KO the turtle. Talonflame comes back out, so I go back to Gator and Surf to deal enough damage to finish the battle. Dude, I mean, it kind of sucks that I have to sack Houndoom right... I mean, whatever. Yeah, I really should have brought Primarina. As I exit from the gym, the city's ambushed by Team Skull, covering the entire city in ice. I go around the city defeating the grunts until Faba finally shows himself. I start my Absol against his Alakazam, and Stab Sucker Punch deals big damage to knock it out. Sexy. I'm afraid Hypno's a little bit too bulky, so I swap to Vikavolt and take a Hypnosis. Thankfully, Vikavolt can wake up on the next turn just before Dream Eater takes it out, and Volt Switch out to Mimikyu. Mimikyu can land 2 Shadow Sneaks and kill. Raichu comes out and misses a Thunder, which lets me get off a Swords Dance. They do have speed boost, but Shadow Sneak moves first and one-shots. Delayed lives a Shadow Sneak in the red and hits a Zen Headbutt, activating our Zen mode. To be honest, I actually have no clue what Zen mode does, so I just strike back with a Sneak to end the battle. I head over to Undella Town and pass the Marine Tube to reach Humalao City. Again, there's a bunch of encounters in the routes surrounding, so I make sure to catch those first. Alright, that's our encounter for Humalao, Skrelp. On Route 21, I fish in the rippling whirlpool and end up getting Huntail. Huntail. Bergmite. No, why? Are you so shit? I can technically get the encounter for Route 22 as well, but I want to save that for later, and you'll see why. I bring out my electric and grass types and plow through the trainers. Cherrim, while certainly not the best grass type, is the only grass mod I have. And thankfully though, the sheer power of my electric Pokemon can blast through all the trainers. The 8th gym is against Lana, the water kahuna. I lead with Cherrim, who's faster than Clawitzer, and I set up a Sunny Day to change into flower form, but they predict me by setting up Rain instead. I go for Sun again to prevent the Rain from being too powerful, but Ice Beam instantly crits my Cherrim. There's no Mega Launcher in this game, so that was the only way it could kill me. Okay, well, there goes 10 minutes of prep all down the drain. I bring in Primarina, the key Pokemon to this fight. I Encore Clawitzer into Rain Dance, and a few Moonblast later, it deletes Clawitzer. Primarina baits out her Unova for Feraligatr. This allows for a free swap to Excadrill, who can 1v1. Wishy-Washy with Drizzle resets the rain as it fizzles out, and I pivot to Primarina, who takes massive damage from a resisted Scald. I Moonblast for damage, but Scald deals huge damage and picks up the burn. Thankfully, I brought in Primarina for its hydration ability, which immediately cures me and saves me. That's exactly why I went Primarina. We're doing the rest hydration strat, but it came in so clutch. Rest hydration immediately heals my health and wakes me up on the same turn, basically a repeatable Chesto Resto. Moonblast again brings the knockout. Thank you to Typhlosion, that strat. She brings in her own Primarina, which is slower than mine due to our naive nature. It takes a while to slowly chip it down, navigating my health with rest hydrations, but eventually, after stalling it out of Hydro Pumps, I can pivot to Excadrill. Swords Dance goes up for free, and EQ knocks out Primarina. We can also outspeed the final Cloyster to flinch it with Iron Head, and a second hit earns us the badge. Remember the saved encounter on Route 22? Yeah, never mind. I head deeper into Seaside Cave and head towards the Plasma Frigate. Lana lowers a drawbridge for us, and we head onto the ship. Immediately, a bunch of guys try to stop us. The first battle is a double battle alongside Gladiant, where the Grunts use a team of Ghost types. On the deck below, a bunch of Grunts are crawling around, but once I release the electrical barrier, Faba and his Grunt waits for us at the end. They both attack into Umbreon, which makes no sense, and we double up attacks to knock out Zam. Umbreon falls asleep to Hypnosis, and Brick Break busts through the light part. Carnivine gets melted by Gunk Shot, and Brick Break hits hard into Magnezone. Focus Blast crits into Muk, which brings us down to the low red, but Umbreon was conscious enough to foul play into Magnezone, saving Muk from dying. Kangaskhan can come in and blow out the Hypno, and Raichu dies to a final Sucker Punch foul play combo. They kick us off their ship, but we scurry after them into Giant Chasm. The trainers here are cut above the others we faced, having super strong Pokemon on their team, but at least I can add a strong member to my team as well. Wow, I've never seen a worse selection of Pokemon in my life. I mean, I guess Abomasnow, right? But they're both so shit. No, you know what? No, screw that. I'm going with Delibird. I don't want Abomasnow. I want Delibird. Boss Rush incoming. Faba's the first to thwart my plans. Leading with Tapu Koko, I Volt Switch out of Alakazam to Absol, who would have a much better matchup. Sucker Punch takes out the rest of his health and goodbye. I pivot out to Buzzwole to try and set up. Xers is strong enough to bust through Hypno's bulk, and this also perfectly baits Raichu's Psychic. Absol can come in again and Sucker Punch to get the kill. Out next is a Pokemon I've not seen before, Mega Gallade. I swap back into Koko to tank close combats, which still deals huge damage. With its special defense drop though, I Volt Switch out dealing big damage too, and I go into Absol predicting a physical Psychic move. It's gotta be Absol. Zen Headbutt, okay, that's as I predicted. I think this is a potion range, and if that's true, we Night Slash. I don't understand this game, man. I don't understand this game sometimes. I send out Koko again, who can Volt Switch to kill, and send in Buzzwole for free. I use a Beast Boost, which boosts our speed, attack, and defense, and Exeter hits hard to knock it out. Silvally is baited out, and assuming it's normal type, I hit a Hammer Arm. Alright, well there goes Absol. Moving on is Colress, who still runs as Steel and Electric types. Starting with Exca allows me to EQ Feraligatr for an easy kill. I pivot to my Gator, who perfectly counters with T-Bolt to 1v1 his Rotom. With the Rotom down, it baits Mega Metagross holding Air Balloon. It is likely faster, so I swap to Kofa Gregas. We live a Meteor Mash, which replaces their Tough Claws with Mummy, and Will-O-Wisp crumples their offense. I pivot and protect to stall for burn chip, and finally it goes down to Infernape's Flare Blitz. I U-turn out of a Alolan Golem to break it sturdy, and into Escavalier. They crit their EQ though, so I have to bring out Exca who can kill with an EQ. I swap out of Porygon Z, whose adaptability Hyper Beam reveals Life Orb, and I pivot to Infernape who can kill with close combats, and U-turn out of Magnezone to break it sturdy. Exca EQs the kill and gets the victory. With everyone else out of my way, no one's trying to stop me from confronting the true mastermind. I head back into the secret office to find Lusamine. Before I can take her on though, her Shadow Triad smoke balls into the room. Dark and Steel types die to Infernape, and Excadrill takes the rest. Okay. That's ridiculous. Fuck you. No way. Bro, fuck you. Are you serious? Get out of here. Cross poison me, please. I pivot to Escavalier, and I have to sack him in order for Infernape to kill. Yeah. Don't give me false hope. Don't give me false hope. Man, fuck you. Are you serious? Get the fuck out of here. The second trial was so much easier though, since I get to see his Pokemon in the rotation battle format. But the last one is not so easy. Triple battle means that they can all target one of your Pokemon, and Bisharp hits a Sucker Punch onto Dragouge. Easy kill. We do survive it decently well, but my own Blastoise crits a Surf into Dragouge, which puts me into kill range from Banette. I just killed my own Dragouge. I'm like... What a smart way to enter Lusamine with 2 deaths. Well, anyway, she's taking control of Dawnwing's Necrozma, but that's none of my concern. Muck can just swap in, and Crunch deletes the Necrozma. As for Lusamine, I lead with Primarina and Light Screen to boost my special defense. I swap to Xurkitree to set up Beast Boost and 2 Tail Glows. Meanwhile, Clefable's just continually setting up its own cosmic powers. I T-Bolt for big damage and a second one kills. Alright, we're +6 Xurkitree, +2 speed. T-Bolt can also melt through the Beware. Mega Sceptile comes out, which is the only reason I have Signal Beam to counter it. Unova Meganium dies to Signal Beam, and on our last Pokemon Genesect, I pivot to Mimikyu to resist Bug Buzz. Seeing as how it's got a Focus Sash, I Shadow Sneak to break the Sash, then sack Mimikyu to bring out Muck. We do tank a huge Bug Buzz, but Fire Punch gets the kill. I move forward through the game, and Route 23 brings me a Throw, which is not too useful. And as I reach the Pokemon Center on Victory Road, oh fuck, shit. This guy has the audacity to ask me for a battle, and then psych, that wasn't a question? Bruh. At least we do have a big level advantage. Bisharp gets one shot, so he brings out his Mega Charizard X. Since it revealed Drought and it's lost its flying typing, Earthquake definitely kills, but it somehow outsped Excadrill and revenge killed us with a Sun boosted, Fire Gem boosted, Stab Flamethrower. I did a rough speed calc on Charizard and found that it was faster than us. 1 point. Outsped us by 1 point. Surf hits for small damage and Blast Burn crits us doing huge damage. I hit another Surf on his recovery turn, but he heals up next turn as I use Protect. I swapped a Golisopod on a Blast Burn and clicked Sucker Punch, but hey, it still has to recover, so I just wasted a free turn. Oh, fuck you, I forgot. I sack Golisopod to bring out Primarina, where 2 Surfs hits and takes out the Charizard. Tyranitar lands an EQ into Buzzwole, who can simply retaliate with a Hammer Arm. I pivot out of Metagross with Cofagrigus, and it hits a gem-boosted Meteor Mash, even getting the attack boost on the same turn. Attack Rose. Fuck. And you avoided the burn. And it avoided the burn. Our health is just shy from dying to a Meteor Mash, so after tanking another, and giving an attack boost, Will-O-Wisp finally lands. And it got the plus attack again. I swap over to Buzzwole and start setting up Beast Boost to increase my attack and defense. Finally, once Burn Chip gets it low enough, X-Scissor takes out the Metagross and Hammer Arm finishes the fight. That just ass-raped me. Bible camp victim. Needless to say, my luck was running dry, and it especially doesn't help that I got Trevenant on Victory Road. Now, all the trainers on Victory Road are incredibly tough, and they all had Megas on their roster. Victory Road itself could be a whole video, so I'll spare you the details, but trust me, I was not liberated from this purgatory sentence that was slowly chipping away at my box. And better yet, there was still a Gladian fight at the end. He leads Zoroark disguised as Decidueye since it revealed Nasty Plot. X's or Dices and baits out the real Decidueye. I pivot to Muck as it sets up a Sword Stance, and Brave Bird instantly crits me. I gotta bring out Melmetal, which you haven't seen much of, and hit a double Iron Bash, which revenge kills. DIB hits the Lycanroc, breaking through its sash to knock it out in 1 turn. I swap the Throw on Umbreon, where Brick Break crits Umbreon. It heals up, so I land a Brick Break into a superpower to take it out. I swap to Melmetal for DIB, where it lives on 1 HP, so Life Orb recoil on the next turn takes it out. Weavile goes down to another DIB and finally wins us the fight. My roster is looking a little skinny, so I have to make sure to spend some extra time prepping the team, their movesets, items, everything. The final team consists of Mega Blastoise, a mythical Pokemon, an Ultra Beast, a legendary Pokemon, Kofagrigus, which is a god tier defensive Pokemon, and Vikavolt. The first Elite Four that I have the best chance against is Olivia. She starts the fight with Relicanth, which Thunderbolt should easily kill. Sturdy? I did not know it had Sturdy. That is a war crime. I Volt Switch out to Buzzwole. I want to set up a Beast Boost, but I think it'll yawn me, so I just Earthquake. Okay, Lele. Never in my life would I have predicted Tapu Lele on our team, so I swap out to Vikavolt. Psychic? Shit. Here, I bring in Melmetal to Revenge Kill with DIB. Choice specs. Probably that. And Modest Nature. That kills. Great, I had a Levitate Pokemon. I guess I don't anymore. Kofagrigus burns Golem to cripple its attack, and I send in Buzzwole to set up a Beast Boost. From here, Buzzwole can sweep the rest of her team. The next member I want to face is Acerola. She starts her Bayonet, which immediately crits us. DIB just doesn't do enough damage since it proceeds to Citrus Berry in the middle of the hit. Thankfully, they go for a potion, but a second DIB low rolls and leaves it at 1 HP. From here, an Ice Punch kills. I swap in Blastoise for Palossand and Surf one-shots to kill. Mimikyu burns my Blastoise, but Flash Cannon deals big damage, converting it to Zen mode. I like that damage. I zero clue what Zen mode does. I have a Mimikyu and I still don't know what it does. Oh shit! Like, fair. They send out a Tapu Fini and I send out Coco. I like this type matchup and Thunderbolt brings it down low enough for Volt Switch to kill. I swap over to Buzzwole, but the matchup's with Frostlats. I swap over to Melmetal playing into the freeze potential and hit DIB to kill. I pivot through Kofagrigus and into Coco. Dhelmise is really bulky, so I land a Photon Geyser for Chip and U-turn out to Buzzwole. I set up a Beast Boost to increase my attack and Xers is able to finish it off. At this rate, we're gonna go into the Elite Four, the champion with 2 Pokemon. Next is Molayne. He counters my Kofagrigus leading with Bisharp. I start by Will-O-Wisping as it sets up a Swords Dance, and I go over to Melmetal for Earthquake to do big damage and kill. He reveals a Tapu Bulu where I can DIB for super effective damage and instantly kill. He brings out his next Pokemon, Unnovan Typhlosion. Fuck. My worst fucking nightmare. That's so hard to deal with. I pivot over to my best chance in Kofagrigus and they set up a Swords Dance. Can you burn fire types in this game? I know you can paralyze electric types in this game. Regardless, we haze. Oh yeah, I don't even know it has a fire gem. So like, this dies. It was filtered, okay. Like, unfortunate, yes, but like I don't know that it has fire gems. With Recoil Chip, I might be able to kill. Thunderbolt hits, but we barely do any damage. It retaliates with Earthquake, which kinda seals my fate. Flare Blitz kills Buzzwole and the Recoil knocks it out. With just Melmetal left, Magnezone hits an Electric Gem boosted Thunderbolt and wipes my team. Because it's based, from what I understand, they took the base game of Redux and then modified, yeah. No way we're winning here. So yeah, that was my run through Pokemon Moon Black 2. Honestly, this game deserves a rerun in the future. I was so close to being in the game, plus I still need to play in challenge mode. I'm gonna come back to this game after playing through some others, so if you want to watch some other Nuzlocke content, subscribe and stay tuned.